I kind of fell into Parks and Recreation, I think, as most people do. It started in the nonprofit world, working in kind of leisure services for a major metro, and I was an art teacher, and it was something that always really inspired me because I loved my art teacher growing up, and I was so sure that that's what I wanted to do. So I had started there working with kids, and it was transformative in a way that I had not even comprehended. There was no way I could have told that that was going to happen. So it started as just a passion for art, and then it became a passion for people. And so I was very blessed to pursue my undergrad while working for this company. I got a full ride scholarship to go. So I got my bachelor's in psychology, and I kind of just kept going from there. And that morphed into a master's in marriage and family therapy, so I could learn how to better communicate with community partners and people. And as I kept moving up, I kept going up Texas. So I started in Austin and kind of ended up in Central Texas for several years, working there, building partnerships, kind of building up the community around me. And that's always been like my passion, is just growing a community and really finding the people in a community that need each other and maybe don't know about each other. And I think that's kind of what Parks and Recreation is. I grew up in very rural, small town Ohio. And so all we had were parks, really. I remember as a child, I had my one park, and I would go and I would play t-ball on one field, and I would get in the van and I'd change and I'd go play soccer on the next field. So Parks and Recreation was something for us to do that kept us busy, that kept us engaged, that provided a space for us to not just be stuck inside. So I think when a lot of people wax nostalgic about their childhood, they think about those times outdoors. And so I think, subconsciously, a lot of people equate most of their happy memories with outdoors and Parks and Recreation without really realizing it. Thrive is a fantastic intergenerational facility. It's really one of a kind in its area. And it combines these unique opportunities for people of all ages and backgrounds to come in and have something that is so beautiful in their community. It's revolutionary, really, for Lewsiville. And I am so grateful to be a part of that team and help bring in special events and different community outreach events for that facility specifically, but also for the community around us, because we're nestled in the middle of a neighborhood, several neighborhoods in a park. So it's just great to see families of all ages come. So, we start with the young kids coming to our Adventureland, which is our child watch. And then their parents get to work out, and they're so excited that they bring their maybe older siblings to try out a basketball camp or summer camp. And then they bring their parents, so grandparents are coming and trying out our active adult suites and all the programs that we have there, from, things that are like dominoes, or they're meant to engage seniors in a way that is uplifting to them as well. So it's really, it's hard to describe how perfect it is. It feels like it's like its own little town, its own community. I've been there for only about 2 months now, and most of the seniors know my name and they check in on me, and it's really like a family. And again, that's another, maybe one of those cliches that you hear a lot, is it's like a family, but it's rare to actually find it and it be true, and it's true in Thrive, and it's true in Lewsiville. We are Lewsiville. We're all together, and it's you can see it from the staff that work there in every department in the city to the citizens that come and use our amenities. It's really just one community focused on growth and thriving. I think what keeps me going every day is just that no 2 days are the same. And I think that's a cliche that we say in Parks and Rec a lot. Like, you can ask any professional and they'll probably tell you the same thing. Oh, no 2 days are the same. But it's the truth. One day I could be teaching an art class, and the next day I'm teaching meditation and breathing, or I'm working with teenagers, or I'm building partnerships with the special needs community, or I'm hosting a dance. And every day is a new opportunity and a new adventure. So nothing ever gets stale. And at the heart of everything, you're providing a service for a community that really needs you, whether they know it or not. They really need you. And so just that heart that you really are kind of the unsung hero behind a community keeps me going. It truly does. I think the future of Parks and Recreation is definitely more holistic, definitely with a greater emphasis on mental health and wellness. That's kind of why I took the route that I took with education, because I see that trend emerging. So I think that this next generation of Parks and Recreation professionals really needs to be more aware of the youth voice and how to cultivate that and how to listen and be empathetic. And I truly see Parks and Recreation meeting that need. I specialize in what I call alternative recreation. So not just like your normal sports camps or art camps. So we do things like live action role playing, or we do art in your park, we do yoga, we do mindfulness and meditations, and we like to bring just a whole iconoclast of groups together, really just to create this giant melting pot so that everyone understands that there's something for them in Parks and Rec. It's not just, your mother's Parks and Recreation or your grandparents' Parks and Recreation. It's a new generation with new interests and new programming that's meeting those needs. You could not have told me when I was younger that this is what I wanted to do. I vividly remember being 7 and being like, I'm gonna be an astronaut. And then at 9, I was gonna be an artist. And at 10, I was gonna be a dancer. And it kept going and changing and changing. And the really wonderful thing about Parks and Recreation is you get to be all of those things in one profession. Like, I get paid to make a difference in people's lives. Every single day I wake up and I can choose to worsen the world around me or better the world around me. And Parks and Recreation does better the world around you. So for any professional looking to make a difference, to find a place where they fit in and a place where their passions make them feel like part of the community, Parks and Recreation is the place to be, for sure.